Let's talk about subject lines. I talk about them a reasonable amount, but I'm going to repeat myself as usual. The number one most important part of a subject line, or the number one most important part of email marketing and your number one goal is to make the subject line obsolete. So basically, make the most important part of your email the name, who it's coming from, right? So instead of trying to make these killer subject lines and stuff and focusing on that, focus on creating such great emails that people essentially just see your name and go, fuck yeah, I'm opening that shit, right? So the thing is about that is you do have to focus on subject lines and learn how to get good at them in order to create that sort of relationship. Unless you have people buying on the front end and not building a prospect list at all. But here's the thing about subject lines that people don't really talk about a lot is it's people what's your open rate? What's your open rate? Who gives a shit? Is it nice to have high open rates? Yes, that's fantastic. But in no way does that indicate you're going to make a lot of money or that people are going to like you at all or hand you any sort of things out of their wallet to get stuff from you. Because, the reality is opening an email doesn't mean they're even going to read past the first line if you're just using gimmicky shit. If every email subject line is last chance, or we're running out, we've got 13 left, or deadline ending soon. If that's everything you send out, nobody's going to read past it anyway. So here's the thing though, is once you get to that point that you've built that relationship, if you've got people to the point where they see your name and they open it, it's not so much about how high your open rates are, it's about using that line to frame the entire email. So it's not to build just curiosity. Yes, you can weave those in at random times, but think of it as a way to get them thinking in a certain way and prepping them for what's going to be within the email, right? So it's basically like walking up to somebody and me saying, hi, my name's Ian, and my favorite musician is Justin Bieber, right? You're going to go, don't talk to me anymore. I'm not going to like you very much, right? And that's going to dictate everything I say after that is either going to be, well, it's all going to be shit, basically, because if somebody's favorite musician is Justin Bieber, you don't want to talk to them. So that's the difference of, that being your opening sentence, or walking up to somebody and saying, I'm Ian Stanley, and I actually am best friends with Paul, who I knew you went to high school with. Suddenly, obviously it's a weird situation, but suddenly they go, oh, I'm going to trust what this person says. He's best friends with a guy who I was really good friends with in high school, right? So it's a matter of framing. And, that's the same thing as why the opening sentence is so important, and you want it to be either inclusive or exclusive. But basically, don't just think of it as, how can I get people to click on this, open it, and then maybe read? Think, if you've gotten to the point that you've built that relationship through, great subject lines or whatever you've done to get them into your sphere of influence at the start, think of it as an opportunity to get them in the right state of mind to consume the information within your email. All right, so that's it. That's my rant for today. And just don't be boring. I hate people who are boring. And more importantly, don't listen to Justin Bieber. So that's all.